Today, we look at the gospel harmony method of studying the Bible. So far in this series, we have looked at several ways of studying the Bible. We have seen how changing the way you approach the scriptures can help you notice things you might otherwise read past. If you have missed any of the earlier episodes, go back and watch them. Each method gives you another useful way to get into the Word and understand it more carefully. Today, we're looking at something interesting because we are going to stay in one part of the Bible. We are looking at the gospel harmony method, and that involves the Gospels: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. They all tell us something about the life, ministry, death, and resurrection of Jesus our Lord. They are telling the story of the same person, but they do not tell every event in exactly the same way, and that is important. You will notice that one gospel may give you a detail that another does not. One may focus on something that another barely mentions. Sometimes the order of events is presented differently. Sometimes the same event is described from different angles. The gospel harmony method takes those accounts and puts them side by side. Instead of reading Matthew today, Mark tomorrow, Luke another day, and John later, you take an event that appears in one gospel. It appears in more than one gospel, and read the accounts together. You ask, what does Matthew tell me? What does Mark tell me? What does Luke add? And what does John show me? You are looking at the same event from different angles. Think about the birth of Jesus, for instance. Matthew and Luke both tell us about his birth, but they give us different details. Matthew tells us about Joseph, the wise men, Herod, and the flight into Egypt. Luke gives us Mary, the shepherds, the angel's announcement, and the songs connected with the birth of Jesus our Lord. If you only read one of those accounts, you see part of the picture. When you read them together, you see more of the story. The same thing happens with the miracles of our Lord Jesus Christ. Take the feeding of the 5,000 as an example. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John all record it, yet each gospel gives details that the others do not emphasize in exactly the same way. Reading them side by side allows you to notice those details. You might ask, what does each writer tell me? What does one account make clearer? What details appear in one gospel but not in another? What do all four agree on? Then there are accounts of our Lord Jesus' resurrection. This is one of the best places to use the gospel harmony method. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John each give us details about what happened after Jesus rose from the dead. They mention different people, different appearances, different conversations, and different details surrounding the empty